America, girl, you in danger. All right, so a lot of shit going on. I'm gonna try to keep this somewhat brief because it's a lot of information, and I feel like the algorithm plays better whenever I keep it short and simple. So I'm going to give you your next winter boots homework assignments if you choose to accept it. Curtis Yarvin, he was one of the ones that I mentioned in a previous video. There is some really interesting stuff out there to look up regarding him. I think some of the interesting things that I was coming across is that a lot of the guys in the Tech Bro Club refer to him as the Prophet or Lord Yarvin. He is the philosopher of the technocrats. And he has come up with, on top of coining Dark Enlightenment and being part of that whole wheelhouse that Dark MAGA rolls around, there is also another thing that he coined that I want to go over super briefly, but it is very relevant to things that are happening right now. It is called the Butterfly Revolution, and it is not as pretty as the name makes it sound. It comes with 7 pillars, and I'm going to say what these pillars are. Please do your own research. I welcome anything, contradictory or not, to be added into the comments, or just look at your own discretion and disclose with us if you will. So 7 pillars. Pillar 1, campaign on autocracy. Destroying the inefficient and unworkable system. So we know that that whole mantra of government's the problem, not the solution, that private industry is going to be what saves our country, okay? That has been the drum that the conservative right has been beating for decades, and it has gotten drummed into the brains of so many people on the conservative spectrum to where they think that the entire dismantling of the government is the solution. But more critically thinking folk are going to look at the many federal programs, or the things that need to not have a profit motivation behind them, that are going to be derailed or bastardized by privatizing. So that is pillar 1, campaign on autocracy. They've done a great job of it. Pillar 2, purge the bureaucracy, retire all government employees, fire all mid-level federal employees. Okay, we're seeing that happen in spades right now, in rapid fire. Number 3, ignore the courts. Declare a state of emergency where it makes courts merely advisory. Trump also has absolute immunity and presumptive immunity from the courts, which isn't exactly clear what that means. And that's troublesome because where is the accountability? Where is the guardrails? We don't know. But anticipate these states of emergencies being wielded in a way to shield them from having to face the consequences of their actions. Pillar 4, handpick candidates for every seat that are loyalist in the Congress. And it makes it a lot easier whenever your right-hand men are multi-billionaires. You can buy a lot of candidates with that, I'm sure. Pillar 5, take direct control over all law agencies, federalize the National Guard, and make a national police force. This will help to back the power grab. I think we're going to start seeing this amp up as we are getting into a stage of this coup, the coup that we are in. Let's call it what it is. It's a coup. All right. And as people are starting to push back against it, we are going to see them using their systems of oppression that they have at their disposal to try to squash it as much as they can. Pillar 6, shut down elite media and academic institutions. We are also already seeing this happening. They want to create a convenient echo chamber with which they can broadcast the prescribed narrative, and the things that are not wanting to get gotten out are not going to. Very 1984 of them. In addition to that, talking about the universities, there is a part of Agenda 47 to monitor universities for civil rights violations, and they can be fined up to the entire amount of their endowment, which can put universities out of business overnight. So they're going to start flexing the weight of their influence on not just our media, which obviously having a media tech bro in a position of power, they've got their echo chamber started. But also when you control the educational systems from the top down to the bottom, because I mean we're seeing the privatization already happening with our public school systems and the school choice push as well. The defunding of having an educated populace, I mean, yeah, why would they want to do that? Okay, and next, pillar 7, turn out your people. Masses of people told to go out every time there's a backlash to their proposed agenda and to celebrate or strike back as necessary. I think we are also going to start seeing more of that in the future, or in the immediate, because there is a nationwide protest that is happening Wednesday in every capital in all 50 states. And I myself am planning to attend. I'm actually in the process of creating a zine, going old school, to hopefully print out enough and put together to distribute while I'm there, to kind of bring more awareness to some of these things that are just not being talked about. People are not aware about. I wasn't aware about. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't concerned, worried, scared, anxious. I am in a deep red state, and I anticipate that this could be, it could be at, you know, on one hand, I could find myself getting detained. On another hand, I could find myself getting hurt, or, you know, God forbid, worse. And I don't relish in any of that. But I also know that the only way that we cannot be on sidelines anymore. They are literally in the midst of the takeover right now. And the only thing that is going to potentially save us is our solidarity of all getting together, and the visual of, like, not just talking in our echo chamber bedrooms or wherever, but like getting together and actually connecting with each other and standing shoulder to shoulder with each other. And it is scary, and it is crazy times that we are living in, and not everybody can get out there, and I totally get that. This isn't a position I necessarily am wanting to put myself into, because I like you, I have, you know, I got my kiddos, I've got a house, bills to pay, all of those things. But the connecting and networking, I think, is a really crucial component, and I'm looking forward to meeting people of shared minds, and for us to have the visual of connection, of solidarity, and not just standing by while this happens. We have a responsibility. So even if that's just you calling your representatives up every fucking day, do something. All right. Peace out.